Hey guys, part 2 on the 2020 Ford Fusion. I just got the doors and everything put on. I'm lining everything up. Everything lines up really well. It is an aftermarket fender, so keep that in mind. The door is looking really good. There's a little bit of dents there, but we're going to ignore that. The gap looking fantastic. It's only going to get better from here. Side skirt's going to get changed out. The door gaps, everything is looking really good right now. So we're gonna head over to the paint booth and start doing a little bit of sanding on it. But overall, super happy with how it's coming out. So we got the car over here. I'm just gonna sand it a little bit to see where my high and low spots are. Just to get a visual of what's really going on. You're not really going to be able to tell where the dents exactly are until you start sanding it and you start seeing the highs and low spots. So I had to take the door off because I didn't want to hit the fender with the sander. But right here you'll see where my highs and lows are. Where the metal is showing, those are all my highs. We want to beat those in, get rid of those. Where it's not getting sanded at all are the lows. So we need to make that all one flat surface. There are some other dents that I saw there that I need to take care of. A little chip there, a little dent right there in the door you can see from the light. But hopefully we're gonna take care of all this. But you want to sand it all. Well, so we're gonna change the color of the door completely. So I want to sand, make sure all the little dents and imperfections are taken out. Because if I'm gonna paint the whole door, I might as well just do it. Take care of everything while I'm there. First layer of Bondo, not the prettiest thing, but we're going to sand it down anyways. I just want to fill as much as I can. I did beat a little bit of the high spots in. I tried pulling the low spots out, but it's just, these doors are just pretty tough and I don't have the adequate tools to do it. So I just did like a quick first layer. Sanding it down, you can see where my low spots are. Right there where it hasn't been touched at all, that's my low spot. I have a dent there. And then there, I have a high spot. So everything that's being sanded out first, it's still high. I have to even everything out, and you have to get rid of the low spots. So you can tell I'm not super good at putting down Bondo, but I try to do the best I can. I'm just trying to fill in those low spots. The high spots have been taken care of, I think, but we'll see. We just keep putting Bondo and sanding. When you're sanding, try to go from all directions. You want to go up, down, left, right. You want to do like a little crosshatch. You want to get it from all angles. Make sure it's good. All right, so we've got the door panels taken off. Finished with that door on the outside. Put it back on. Lines up almost perfectly. I'm super happy with how it came out. Now I'm just sanding the doors inside, outside, getting this ready for paint. Getting that ready for paint. Fender, obviously we don't worry about that till later because it's perfect as is. So on this panel, with all this damage here, instead of just Bondoing it, because I do have damage and stuff, my buddy is going to cut a part of his and I'm just going to weld it on. It is a new car, relatively new, and I just want nothing to be, I don't want any imperfections, and I'm pretty sure if I hammered that and Bondoed it, it just wouldn't look perfect. So I'm just going to replace it completely. Then, sanding the inside of the doors. I have the passenger side doors for reference on what's going to show. So I'm just sanding that plus a little bit more. So I'll probably paint up to like the little inside, which none of this is going to be showing, but I want to paint a little extra just in case. So all that's, I'm getting ready. So right now I'm going to focus. Oh, and I got a wiring harness. I took both of my mirrors, pieced them together to make this one. So waiting on the mirror itself to show up. It was like $22. But I got another wiring harness because this one would not work with my computer, my little door module. So I'm gonna throw this one out, get that one in, and have it original. Everything's going to be working just like it did originally, with all the features. But for the time being, I'm just going to get this cut out, weld it on, get the primer down once I finish that, and then just paint everything at one time. So it should be pretty close to being done. I mean, I can't really think of anything else right now that needs to be done besides the dreadful bumper over there. But I'm excited that this thing should be done within like the next 2 weeks. All right, so we're gonna line up the new piece, mark around the edges, do some drilling, drill those little rivets out or whatever, the little welds. You need to find each one of them. Some might be hidden, like those two were a little harder to find, but the ones around the edges, drill all those out, cut it. When you mark for the new piece, mark it and then cut a little bit on the inside, because you don't want a gap. You don't want to have to fill a gap with your welds, which I kind of messed up. But just be careful when you do it, and it should just fit on perfectly. So we got the test fit here. I put the doors back on to see how everything is going to close. Obviously, I kind of scored that, messed that up a little bit. But the door closes perfectly. I need to adjust the gaps a little bit. It's a little too open here. It's a little closed in the middle, and then on the back side, it's open again. So I just need to separate the two doors just a hair, and it's going to be perfect. The way it's closing, everything lining up, I'm super happy with it. So I'm just gonna have to get the welding machine and start doing a little bit of welding here. Overall, super happy with how it's coming out. Here we go, the new piece is welded on. There's a little extra weld there. I wish it wasn't so much, but you know, I'll fix it with the grinding of everything down. I test sanded this area with a little 80 grit. So it's going to be quite a bit of grinding, but overall this piece fits perfectly. Everything is perfect. You can see right here, a lot more sanding to be done. So after a long time of grinding, Bondo, sanding, I'm here. It's pretty close to being primed, but not quite there yet. I'm going to do a little bit off camera, but this is all I'm going to record for this video. Next we'll do paint and clear and all that, but I'm going to spray a little bit of self-etching primer on it, do a little more sanding, and start prepping it for primer. But you know, I think I'm going to end it here and call it a video. So thanks for watching.